Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, The Urban Woman Tarot. I'm going to do a reading for the full moon using Art Through the Eyes of the Soul Oracle by Cheryl Yambrock, I think. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce her last name. Cheryl Yambrock Rose. This is one of my favorite decks too. But anywho, so, and the cards are really big, pretty. And then if we have enough time at the end of the reading, because I'm trying to keep these like 30 minutes and below, I'm going to pull a card from the Avalonian Oracle and see what it says. So just keep in mind that this is for the full moon. So this is going to be from now until the next full moon. And the next full moon should be let me go over to okay, so hold on. Okay, so the next full moon is going to be August 2nd. So this reading is going to be from now until August 2nd. And it looks like it will be in Aquarius. Capricorn going into Aquarius, something like that. Alright, now let me go to where we are now. Okay, so this full moon will be fully illuminated on the 5th. And we are right now leaving Scorpio, heading into Sagittarius. This is also either a lunar eclipse or a solar eclipse. There's an eclipse behind it. Keep in mind, we have... I thought I saved that. We have 5 or 4 planets in retrograde right now. I didn't save that picture. But, okay. And so, like, Pluto is 1, which is all about, like, war. So, I mean, the last time Pluto went retrograde, that was when some shit happened with Korea. That Kim Jong-un dude. People were kind of like, oh shit, are we about to have, like, World War III? That's when that happened. And I don't remember if that was like last year or the year before, but like when Pluto goes retrograde, like for real shit happens. So I mean, no wonder like we've got these riots and this Black Lives Matter movement. I wouldn't be surprised if like another type of movement comes out. All I can say is, though they are very sensitive, try not to feed the negativity. Because as a collective, yes, there is a shift. We are going through a shift. And I almost feel like we've been in this shift for like 2 months. No, I'm sorry, 2 years maybe? 2 years? So, I feel like we are going into a different... We're going to a different, like, I don't know what it is. It's just going to be different. But it's going to take, it's a process. So it takes us evolving into it. So, as a collective, we're all going through this. Yes, we do need to practice patience, compassion, humility, kindness, and all that to everyone. Not only to ourselves, but also to everyone else. If we do that, and we come from that heart space, then we can spread love and we can heal each other drastically. But with love also comes fear. So with the light also comes the dark. You have to have a balance between the two. That's just nature. That's just how it works. So right now we do have some shadows that are coming to light. And while they are yet, you know, they can be heartbreaking and all the things that entails that, try not to feed into it. So, like, I mean, one of the great things that we could do right now at this time is start praying. Praying for Mother Earth, praying for the collective consciousness, praying for our sisters and brothers, regardless of their color. You know, it should never have to be about color. But, you know, I had to combat that within my own family, like, you know, years ago. And I don't see color when I look at people. And I feel like if people could stop looking at color and start accepting people for who they are as a soul, that you're here on this earth to do the same thing I am. You know, I have a black lab, although he's got some pit bull in him. But I mean, you know, black labs come in an array of different colors. Or, I'm sorry, Labradors. They come in an array of different colors. Like, we're all the same. We are each other's sisters and brothers. And yes, we do have a fucked up, crazy system. I just hope that through love and peace and understanding that this can shift into hopefully all that has conspired in all this, especially with COVID and like this rioting thing, hopefully there will be something good that comes out of it. And it has to be. There has to be something good to come out of it. So, you know, you can be in the world but not of it. However, you know, that pans out for you. Now, the thing about, like, these moons, right now, we're coming out of Scorpio. And I'm sure, like, Scorpio is, like, black. It's, you know, and what is black? Black is the absorption of everything. Okay, so, like, white would be the reflection. Black is the absorption. Like, you mix all the colors together and you get black. So, black absorbs everything. Black has no depth. There's, like, no perception. It's deep. You know, it's like the dark abyss. So, and then you've got the poison, the bite. You've got Scorpion, Anubis, all those things, those dark underworld past lives that also come out of that as well. So we're ending that, but it's got to be illuminated with that solar or that lunar eclipse. It's one of them. It's got to be illuminated and eclipsed out first before we can move into the next season, which is going to be Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is like, that's a really nice, like, happy-go-lucky Knight of Wands energy. So, I'm very excited to see where the Sagittarius energy takes us. But also, too, keep in mind, we have Mercury going retrograde here soon. We are in, like, we're starting to get in the shadow period of it. So, we'll be in retrograde, like, to the middle of August. I'm sorry, the middle of July. And then out of shadow the beginning of August when this reading here takes place. Okay? So, let's see what the cards have in store. So, give me just a minute to shuffle. Right. Also, if you are interested in your monthly forecast, your monthly general readings, they are already uploaded to my YouTube and or Facebook page. So they're there if you want to check them out. They're for by the elements, so water, fire, earth, and air. Oh, wow. Alright, so we've got Schemata Blessing. So seek the wisdom of your shamanic guides. Consult an intermediary. Ask for guidance from one in the etheric realms or talk to a shaman that you trust. So whatever your guides are at this point in time, you may be feeling, you know, like if you start getting like inklings towards something. Well, if you have an inkling towards something, that something also has an inkling toward you. So that's the connection, your intuition. That's where you have to discern and follow the guidance that you're given. And you know, I'm going to tell you, there have been times in my life where I've not really ever understood how to go about doing that. And I said one time, and it's 11:11, that if I have to, I said one of two ways. Help me to understand and receive the messages like that of a child, like of a kindergartner, if that's what it takes for me to understand or comprehend the messages, or put it in my face and let me trip on it, if that's the case. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I said that one time like 8 years ago, and I actually tripped on it. Okay? Like, I tripped on it, and then I was like, what in the hell did I just, because I about landed on my face. I dug it up, and it was a fish. Like, I had told Archangel Raphael that, and whew, boy, I dug up a fish. Not a real fish. It was like a Fisher Price little fish that came with somebody. I don't know where the heck. They must have had one of them fishing poles that had like a little fish hanging on the end of a fishing line, like some time before that I came to live on this property, and it just dug up, and boy, I dug that sucker up, and it was the fish hanging on the fishing line, and I was like, I'll be something, because daggone, I done tripped. Here it is, boy, I done tripped over it. So sometimes you do have to be careful about what you speak, but if you have to do something like that, for example, now's the time to do that, because these things that, whatever starts speaking to you, especially like, and you've got to follow the guidance of your body, your mind, and your soul. And even just like if you're just like running through life, not really, but you're in the world, or maybe you get caught up in it and everything else is on your mind. If you start getting niches or hunches about something, start looking into it, because like I said, it's also calling you. You could very well have guides trying to connect with you. So if you know how to connect with them, good. If not, find someone that can help you connect to them. Alright, so our challenge at the moment is lift the curse and forgive. So this is Matcha, lifting the curse of war. This is our challenge. This is the thing that that's affecting us right now, is forgiveness. Like, the thing with this card is that, okay, so there are no real winners in war. Let your divine feminine aspect lead the way to conflict resolution. So when this card comes up, like at some point in time, and you know, our words have life or death in them. So we could have said something in the past, maybe not, and maybe unconsciously knew what we were doing, what we were saying. So we could have said something in the past that has possibly gotten us in the situation we're in right now, where maybe we don't feel like where we're going. Maybe we're clouded, and it could be too because of the planetary action going on, because a lot of that speaks of reflection, going within. A lot of people are scared to go within. A lot of people don't like to face their fears. But boy, I tell you what, liberation. Like, the truth will set you free, man. The truth is, like, liberating. So, take the time and sit down and try to get real with yourself. Like, especially whatever is geared around something you said, or some type of struggle or animosity between you and another, or a situation in your life. It could be time to actually have like a little, because I mean, she even has like her Tibetan bowl out here. She's got like her hair braided. She's got a white wolf and then like a husky with her. She's on a mountaintop like at dusk, and I mean, she's having like a little ceremony. So it may be within a ceremony that you could lift the curse and maybe break whatever, take back whatever words you said, and bring about some forgiveness within it. Look, I knew this card was going to come up. So we have return from the underworld, engage in life. Journey to the halls of Osiris. And man, this card has come up a lot for me when I have been in darkness, like a dark night of the soul. So that's what's going on. Like, there's a dark night of the soul here, and it's now time to a period of depression may be about to end. Tests and trials will create a metamorphosis in your entire being. Okay, so these moons, these planets, and this eclipse thing that is here upon us, it is leading into this. We have been, like the book says, like in a period of depression. That all is about to come to an end. So you got to embrace the tests and trials that you're given right now, because they will lead to change. Like yesterday, I spent all day yesterday in frustration and aggravation. I did. And you know what? It was needed, because that's evidently what I needed to go through to create some type of catalyst in my life, in the situation. So now so if you'll just acclimate yourself with them and follow the process, I mean, they say you either can roll with the punches or you can get drugged through it. Okay, if you don't want to get drugged through it, if you're tired of getting drugged, then start learning to box. And if you don't know how to box, start like shadow boxing. Get in front of a mirror, box with yourself, or get in a space where you can box and just fight, like box it out. That's called shadow boxing. Box with yourself, or get a punching bag. That could be a way to release some pent-up anger, frustration, negativity. I mean, it does help cleanse and restore the chakras and your energy field. Now, in the past, so a new door opened in the past. Something opened for you. You might have felt stuck, and of course, we've all felt stuck. She even has like a red-tailed hawk here with her, and again, her hair's in braids. There's a castle behind her. It almost looks like the stairway to heaven is behind her. So this is Labuse, prophetess of Prague. So a new door is opening, step over the threshold. Now, this is in the past. So something opened for us. It's now put us in a position where, okay, we've got to, like a door. Are we going to remain over here in this closed door, or are we going to open this door and step through the door? Because that's what this is. Like, it's a threshold here. Hopefully, this is resonating and you're somewhere in the midst of this. Because, like I said, these first two cards here is what's going on now. And this is why. So, we've been in a state of depression. But, evidently, we've been seeking something. And maybe we've been also asking for forgiveness for ourselves. Or needing, maybe this is just that one little extra nudge, that one little extra thing we need to do is forgive those that have hurt us. Because doors are opening. And as much as you continue to do the work, I feel like more doors will open. And then we have Voyage of Maldwin, which says explore other realms. He also, there's hawks flying around him. So it may be time to start, like, especially with this that shaman card. Where you are is exactly where you should be. Do not look for an outcome, but at the wisdom gained on your journey. Oh, wow. Okay. So, you know, this might be like one of those times where you need to be still and know, like, do your thing. Focus on you. What all encompasses you at this moment? Like, what are your spiritual tools? And if you don't know what they are, then look, because that's what this right here is. And, you know, it may be that if you could find one of those spiritual tools and be like, oh my gosh, like, I had this mentality about this, and now that I have stumbled upon this, I've got greater light that's been shown, illuminated now, and I understand. And because of that understanding, it may also draw you in to want to practice some forgiveness, either on yourself or another. So keep that in mind. But just know that where you are right now is where you are exactly supposed to be. And, you know, it may not be the time to look for the outcome. It may not be time to look for the answer. You know, like this card says, don't look for an outcome, but at the wisdom gained on your journey. So it might be time to just be still and look at your spiritual path, your evolution, where you are. Because where we're going is Artemis. Defend what is dear to you. So, and look, full moon right there. So this might be around that full moon that's in August. This could be, this would be around the full moon in August. So there could be something coming up in like around that time period, the beginning of August, around the next full moon, and she's also looking back over here. So it could have something to do with whatever forgiveness. But it says, adhere to your principles. Don't allow a corrupt society or person to influence you. So, like, even right now with all this stuff that's going on, because we even have a full moon right now. Like, you need to defend if you feel like you've got to defend your beliefs, stand your ground, especially if you're one of them who's, like, in the world but not of it, and you're like, I know it's there. Okay, but I'm not getting into it because those aren't my beliefs and that's not how I feel. Then you've got to honor that and stand dear to it, because that is your light. And you don't want to dim your light. Now is not the time to be dimming your light. You know, we need to be a beacon of light for the rest of the world. So, you know, stand up for what your belief. And I'm not saying, you know, if someone comes at you like, well, you're not doing this and this and this, you know, to engage in a argument or a fight. You don't have to feed that. Like, you know who you are. Why are you going to waste your breath trying to explain something to someone who sees you on their limited perspective? I'm not saying, you know, anything bad about the other people, but I've really had to train myself in that manner. Like, when people start telling me, like, how I am or what I do, now, if I am like that, then yes, I'm going to be the first one to be like, yep, that's me. Like, I ain't scared, okay? I know who I am. And if that's me and I act like that, yeah, that's who I am. I mean, either you can accept it or not. You know, choice is yours. You ain't got to hang around me, but that's who I am. Either love it or leave it. Okay? Now, but now if there are things that I do or say, which I trained myself on that too. Like, now I do have a mouth, and there have been some times I have said some stuff, but I've gotten better over the years because I've grown. But you know, if someone says, well, you did this and this, okay, yeah, I did. I had to. I needed to. It's what I wanted to do. And, you know, if it was something that hurt someone's feelings or whatnot, I mean, I'll apologize for it, but I'm not going to sit here and, you know, get into a fight and shit over it. But anywho, alright, so our advice. Wow. Okay, so this is Iru's eyes. Look through the mist and find the mystery. So with everything that's going on, you just gotta like find the blessing in everything that's going on around you. Because even though you may feel stuck, even though things might not be going the exact way you want them, there is still something beautiful and favorable within it. Don't cloud your judgment with doubt. Believe. The secret of divine creation is within you. The goddess is waiting to help you manifest your dreams. So it's like, I mean, she's here. Like, the universe is here to help you manifest your dreams. Don't get stuck in the illusion or feel like held back or held down because of your judgment and where your doubts are. Now, in your environment, wow, I feel like I had never seen this card before. Shifts happen. Stabilize your energy fields. See, I knew there was something about about a shift. I've been feeling this shift here for a minute. So this is divine intervention. So, you know, alright, so this is like your environment. What's going on around you. So the people around you, your environment around you, your town, you know, wherever you are and how your energy expands out, the people that are in your energy that's around you, whether that be your town, your friends, family, those things are shifting. Be open to that. Welcome the shift. I mean, if you feel like you got to put your hands in it, then pray. Visualize a miracle. Believe in it as if it has already happened. Nothing is carved in stone. Man, I'm trying to tell you, boy. Woo! You want to talk about carved in stone and miracles? There has been some things going on around me that I've got to do, and they crazy as hell. But it's like, I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better resolution. I mean, they might be crazy, but boy, some wonderful, miraculous things is happening, okay? And it's like, can't get better than that. So just keep in mind that things in your environment, they are shifting. Allow that shift to take place. Now, while it's doing that, you can help yourself and those around you by visualizing and by prayer. Alright, so we have some fears here around this journey, maybe this time that we're in, or the shit that's happening in the shifts that are happening in the world right now. We could have some fears around that. But I feel like because I feel like the energy is shifting, like the levee had to break at some point in time, okay? I feel like the levee's already broke, and here we are now that we're coming out of it. It's like everything in our environment that's going on has got to get acclimated. If you can just have some patience, like it's coming, you know, like we're almost there. Detach from all that is familiar and be open to transformation. So, there may be some fears about this transformation that we're going through. Like, everything that's happening right now, there could definitely be some fears around that. Just know that, you know, it's evolving. We all go through a process. We all evolve. And then our outcome. We've got the transmutation on the tour. Find the middle ground and compromise. And it could definitely have something to do with this card. These are definitely in the same time period. So, something around that full moon is going to be transformed here within this card. This card here tells us, learn about the opposition. Cooperative interaction and the use of synergy will produce a more powerful creation or relationship. So it's like, whatever you feel you're having to defend yourself around, maybe start studying it or the person a little bit. See what's going on. What's it all about? And then once you start getting familiar with it, you start getting acclimated, you get familiar with your surroundings, then you can come forth in a cooperative manner and interact with it, the person, the synergy that's around it. Like this, like in this card here, like the synergy, that electromagnetic wave, you know, because once you can get, like, if you're frustrated and aggravated about something, don't do nothing. Like, if you are not at peace, don't do it. Like, when you get to a place where you have found peace and comfort and you're fine to move forward, you can embrace it, you can face it, that's when you can create some very powerful stuff. And that would be the time, like within these two cards, to take action. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one last, this Avalonian Oracle message, and see what she says. Alright, Avalonian. Oh, wow. Alright, so we have reclaiming the Isle. And that would be like ISLE. And yes, I do have to find this one. Okay, it was at the very beginning. Okay, so a black-garbed woman stands at the top of the tower. Now look, here's Tor a second time. That guy was at the top of Tor in our outcome. Now here, there's a black-garbed woman at the top of Tor. Her arms outstretched to the sky and her legs planted firmly on the ground below. Ancient lines of power snake their way up the spiraled hill, and serving as a vessel that bridges the world above and the world below, just like that underworld card that we had. She channels these energies in a pose of perfect balance and centeredness. So the key words here are unity, being, clarity, big picture, sharpened perspective, sacred center, liminality, bridging the worlds, integration, sovereignty, attaining goals, and growth. Woo, yeah. Okay. So, rejoice in your wholeness and celebrate your holiness. So evidently this moon phase and all this stuff we're going through, this is what we're going to end up with. Like, if you feel like you're going through the shit, then through the shift, you know, go through the shift, because what comes, how we come out at the end of this, on the other side, is going to be this. See places in your life that are not yet fully developed, not as flaws, but as areas which allow your inner light to shine through. You are always exactly where you need to be on your journey. Past choices have brought you to where you are today. Present actions will guide you to where you will be tomorrow. Release your regrets, bless them, and let them go. For even if they have brought you pain, they have also brought you wisdom. Look deep within for the unrealized dreams and unactualized talents. The untested potential is never too late to open these gifts and allow them to blossom forth and take root in your life. Do not compare your soul's journey with the life paths of others. Your way is unique. No two people can travel the same road in the same way. Find peace and joy in the knowledge that you are a unique expression of spirit in the world. And only you can sing your soul's song. You are a vessel that contains the essence of the universe. Find your place in the greater tapestry and know that you have a sacred role to play. So, This can be the affirmation that you want to use. You can speak this now. You can speak this during the full moon. I am perfect in this moment as I honor all phases of my journey. I am whole and holy and fully connected to Source as I celebrate the joy of my life's purpose. I am part of a greater oneness, and yet only I can express the divine in the world in the way entrusted to me. Oh yeah, boy. So there's that little message. So if you want to see what your monthly forecast is, I did that one with an oracle reading, and then I am next going to be doing some readings for like just general readings with tarot cards. So those will be up next. Feel free to check those out, and I'll have those posted to the groups here soon when I get those done. And stay safe, everyone. Be of the world, but not of it, if you know what that means. And I will see you all again here soon. Take care. Namaste.